Merry Christmas, baby. Reindeer's coming out to play.
You work on commission? Big mistake.
And the presents, making sure you've been behaving okay. Merry Christmas, honey. Yeah. The snowman's dusting off his hat, putting on the show for everybody, to give them a smile that lasts another year. There's something that happens when sleigh bells are ringing, when December ends, when the children are singing, yeah. It's Merry Christmas, baby.
So, hello you guys, and thanks again for joining me on another video. And in today's video, we are going to be showing you a little bit of the few decorations that I bought from Harrods on my recent trip. And I also tested some Rum Raisin Fudge in Harrods at an unbelievable price tag. And I decided, I'm sure I can make this at home myself. And so I did. Or I will. Well, I did, and I will. So, we're going to be making a nice Christmas Rum Raisin Fudge for you. And we're just going to hope it sets. And Scooter would love to ask you to join him in us saying a little poem for Christmas, just to get you in the spirit for Christmas. Isn't that right, Scooter? Yes. 5 little reindeers playing in the snow. The first one said, "Can you see my nose glow?" The second one said, "Listen to me sing." And the third one said, "I can hear the bells ring." The fourth one said, "Let's eat the pie." And the fifth one said, "Well, I'm ready to fly." Then clump went their hooves, and the snow fell white as the 5 little reindeer flew out of sight. Oh, thank you for that, Scooter. That's just going to get us in the spirit of Christmas. Now, so let's root through these bags and see what we've got. What do you reckon, Scooter? Okay, so the first decoration I bought is this beautiful clock decoration. Almost like a pocket watch, but really pretty, very unusual. And the price tag on that is $19.95. So there you are. I think that's really nice. I have to say, Harrods wasn't my favourite Christmas shop that I visited this year. I found it slightly disappointing. I remember my last trip to Harrods, which was a few years ago, for their Christmas shop, because I do like to visit the food hall every now and then, at least once a year, if not twice. But the Christmas shop used to be the whole top floor of Harrods, and all of a sudden we were on the -1 floor and it was like 2 rooms. Quite shocking. Nikolai wasn't at all impressed, was I? Can't say the same for Scooter because he wasn't there. I'm sure he's going to let you know where he was. I also found this fabulous little bunch of grapes, which I think is really pretty. And I'll put some nice ribbon on these. And they were $12.95. Now this is just exquisite. This is a beautiful emerald green bauble with some beautiful turquoise blue and gold. Absolutely stunning. Oh, I can't wait to get these on the tree. And that one was $24.95, so £25. And Chris had the cheek to not want to buy me the one in Fortnum and Mason for 30, or in Liberty's for 30. He's a real Scrooge bag, isn't he? Okay. Right. I'm going to rename him the Scrooge of Christmas, or the Grinch of Christmas. Okay. And then we have another beautiful bauble. This fella is grunting here beside me. He doesn't even realise how much trouble he's in. I don't know what he's grumping and growling for. Maybe you can see the birds or something outside. And this one also was $24.95. So, very nice. And then I'm sure you can see the beautiful candlestick here with the green candle burning. This I saw and I fell in love with it, and I thought this is just going to be perfect for me to do a mantle display for Christmas in one of the bedrooms. So I'll show you. I bought two. Chris was moaning at me, said you only need one. I said no, I need two. So I bought two, and this is the other one. Okay, but you'll see more of this when we do our fire display in the next video. So now I will take off my Christmas jumper and I will go to the kitchen where we will make that delicious fudge. Wait till you hear this. So I'm in Fortnum & Mason and I spotted all the beautiful tea strainers, you know, for when you make the loose leaf tea, because my one is just a little bit boring. It's just in the shape of a teapot. It's a bit fun, but it's not terribly elegant. And as we're doing a little bit of etiquette, you know, I thought, so I said to Chris, oh, wouldn't it be nice to get one of these really lovely silver tea strainers? And he said, oh yes, he goes, they're lovely. He goes, how much are they? I said, they start from £150. He goes, forget it. I will find one in one of the antique fairs. In fact, he said, I'm going to the antique fair in Victoria on Sunday, so I'll get you one there. So he didn't find one. So what did Nikolai do? Got on the internet, went to Fortnum & Mason's website, had a look to see the tea strainers, and then Scooter came along and wanted to say hello to me, and he hit the send button and he ordered it. So it's not me in trouble, it's Scooter. Sorry about that, Chris. You're footing the bill. You should have done it in the beginning. Isn't that right, Scoots? Huh? Daddy is the Christmas Grinch. Okay, so let's get on with the fudge. Okay, you guys, so now for that delicious, super easy rum and raisin Christmas fudge. Now, this is delicious fudge to make for around Christmas time. It's also lovely to give it as a gift to people. Instead of buying a normal box of chocolates, just get some cellophane and wrap these up with a nice bit of ribbon, and people will love you for it. So let me run through what you need. You'll need a saucepan. You will also need a 20 centimetre square tin, which I've just lined with a bit of greaseproof paper. And all I've done with the greaseproof paper is at the corners, I've sliced it with the scissors so it sits down into the tin. Okay, don't fuss too much. It's nice and easy. You'll need some delicious spiced rum, 50 mils. You also need 150 mils of skimmed milk. You need 450 grams of golden brown sugar, not dark brown sugar, because it changes the texture and the color of the fudge. Okay, so light brown sugar. You need 150 grams of butter, Kerrygold if you can get it. And you also need 100 grams of raisins, which I have soaked in the 50 mils of rum. And they've been soaking for a couple of hours. If you can, leave them overnight. If not, leave them for at least an hour to 2 hours. A teaspoon of flaked sea salt. Give it a nice crunch. A teaspoon of vanilla extract. You will need a thermometer, what you use for sticking into meat to check it's cooked, and that will tell us that we're at the right temperature. And you need a 397 gram can of condensed milk. Not evaporated milk, condensed milk. Okay, so what you need to do is you need to pop into your saucepan, and this has to be done on a very low heat, and you're going to cook it, stirring it continuously on a low to medium heat for 15 minutes exactly. I'm even going to set the timer, but I'm not going to torture you watching me with my bum to you for 15 minutes. So into the saucepan we're going to put in our butter. We're also going to put in our brown sugar. Okay, and we're going to put in our condensed milk. That, my friends, is all the ingredients that's going in here, except the milk is going in as well. Okay. And so 150 mils of semi-skimmed milk. Okay, and that's going to be all heated through nice and gently until that sugar dissolves and that butter melts in to the condensed milk, and that's going to take 15 minutes. So come back in 15 minutes to see how we're getting on. Okay, so this has been on the hob. Firstly, I started it off very slowly to get the sugar dissolved. And then when it got to the boil, I kept it on a very steady boil. By that, I mean where the bubbles are just bubbling nice and steady and not rolling mad, okay? And that was exactly 15 minutes. I timed it. It's been off the heat now for 5 minutes, okay? The consistency has thickened slightly. However, the smell is just amazing. You can get that toffee smell, that butter, that caramelly smell. Okay, so we've let that cool for 5 minutes. It did actually come to 112 on the thermometer. So I thought, what's 3 degrees amongst friends? And I hear you all shouting at the screen, 3 degrees is 3 degrees. Okay, the next stage is we're going to put in our additives into it. By that, I mean our add-ins. So we've got 1 teaspoon of good vanilla extract. Okay, going in. And then we've got our delicious rum and raisins, okay, nicely soaked. And they're going all in, all that lovely rum. And so by soaking them, you'll just get a lovely burst of juiciness when you bite into this fudge. Okay, so just incorporate them in. Oh. It reminds me of years ago. I worked in a hotel for a very short while, and it was a family-owned hotel. And when they used to do weddings, they used to do a big, huge tray of baked Alaska for dessert. And the ice cream they used to put in the baked Alaska was rum and raisin. And it smelled just like this. Okay. So now, the final ingredient going in here is our flaked sea salt. So that's going in, and that will just add that nice salty flavour and texture to that. Okay, give that all a stir to incorporate. And then the next thing we're going to do now is, it's lovely and glossy and shiny, the mix, okay, but we want to get rid of that. Normally we beat things to get them nice and glossy and shiny, but with fudge, we're going to beat it to get rid of the gloss and the shine. Okay, and you want to just start slowly, okay? And you want to just beat this until it starts to get nice and thick. And we're going to pour it into our tray, and we're going to spread it out with the back of the spoon. Okay, you guys, so I've been beating that mixture for about 5 to 6 minutes, and I think that's more or less done. And now we're going to put it into our tray. Okay, and we're literally just going to pour it in. Now, yours might be slightly thicker when you do it, and you may have to push it down with the back of your spoon. It really just depends, but mine is pouring in quite easy, so that's good. Let's just hope it sets now, because Nikolai doesn't have another chance of making more because I haven't got any more ingredients. But anyway, I'm sure you'll forgive me. So now all we're going to do is we're going to leave that in the tray to set and harden, and then we're going to I better leave a little bit in the pot for the washer-upper, who in this case is Carmelo, but Nikolai has to try first. Scooter, that is just, but you can't have any because there's alcohol in there, and I wouldn't like to compromise your pioneering that you've done for the past 10 years. Okay, you guys, so you can join me in the drawing room when this is set for a slice of fudge and a delicious cup of tea. I'm going to slice it into little squares, I hope, if it allows me to slice it when it sets. So pop by very soon. So, as you can see, you guys, we are in the dark. It is just Scooter and I alone. We are about to have a beautiful cup of that Fortnum & Mason afternoon blend tea with some beautiful homemade rum and raisin fudge. And we're alone. And we got a phone call. So Scooter and I are not in the good books tonight. Chris got the statement. Hence why he's not here joining us for tea. However, we shall enjoy it without him. So, let's pour. And you know what? Let's enjoy the beautiful Fortnum & Mason tea strainer. How wonderful. How elegant. And the fudge looks absolutely delicious. Did take a little bit longer to set than I anticipated, hence why we're sitting in the evening in the dark, but there's never an incorrect time for fudge. So, to you guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Let's try the fudge. Look who's come to join me. That is really velvety. Delicious fudge. So come on guys, get the saucepan out, make the fudge, treat yourself to a tea strainer from Fortnum & Mason. If I was brave, I'd share Chris's card details so you could all have one, but I think not. So, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, hit the notification bell, and we'll see you all again very soon for another video. Delicious. Perfect for a winter's night.